Hey everybody, I'm going to try to be as brief as possible in providing you with this explanation of why the Georgia runoff election is so important. Okay, if you know or if you don't know, I'm here to remind you that on Tuesday, and that's going to be January the 5th, there will be a runoff election for the position of Senate. So let me check my notes here so I can remember these names. I'm not in Georgia, I'm in Texas, but this is a significance. What's going to happen is that your president-elect is Joe Biden. Regardless of what's happening, the fighting that's going on back and forth between the Republicans and them saying that they need to throw out the election results. The majority of the population here in the United States has agreed and accepted the fact that Joe Biden is the president and will go into office accordingly this month. So let me just get back up here and look at the notes. I apologize. And as I'm looking for the information that I need to make sure I don't leave out any details, I can tell you this. The reason why we even have a runoff election in Georgia is because Georgia is a state that has decided that if it doesn't matter if about 20 people are running, out of that 20, if you don't have one individual out of the 20 that has at least 50% of the entire vote, then they're going to have a runoff. Now, most of us are accustomed to the fact that, well, majority rules. If the majority votes for a particular person, it doesn't matter if that person got 25% and everybody else got less than 20%, 25% because it was 20 people running, then that would be the person that would be elected. No, it's not like that. 50, or that's it. So imagine you have all these people running. I don't have the numbers as to how many people ran in November, but you didn't have anybody that had 50%. So what you got is you had, Senator Perdue, who's Republican, came in under 50% at 49.7%. Everywhere else in the world, you and I know that 49.7% is 50%. Okay? And then you had the Democrat that ran against him, who's John Ossoff. That person came in at 47.9%. Okay, so that was pretty close. Now, the next set of senators that are against each other in the state of Georgia are Loeffler, which you probably heard a lot about. She came in at 25.9%. And then you have Democrat Raphael Warnock, who came in at 32.9%. Now, that's a wider margin, okay? Again, the runoff is going to be on the 5th, on Tuesday this week. So what happens is we're concerned about who is going to be the majority in the Senate. The Democrats that are going into the White House are hoping that it's going to be Democrats. Something else I need to throw in here into the mix is that young people who were not able to vote in November that turn by tomorrow, by Tuesday, will be at least 18 years old, they'll have a chance to vote. So I haven't gotten any numbers on how many young people are going to have the ability to vote that weren't able to vote in November, but that's another factor. And when I look at that factor, I think about what are the young people saying about the, the riots and everything that we had in June. Were they on one side and then they switched to another side because that happened? We really won't know until Tuesday. And I'm hoping it's a thing that we can get the results fast as opposed to just waiting, because somebody may request, I'm not mentioning any names, a recount of the votes after they do the runoff. So we're going to see how that goes. But again, that's Tuesday, January the 5th. If you're in Georgia, you need to try to get out and vote. Okay? If you've already voted, I need to remind you that there's a runoff election. I don't know why you wouldn't know, because this has been all over the news every day. Every state is covering this, what's happening in Georgia. Now, what's his name? Senator Johnny Isakson, who he retired last year. And this is what's going to happen. If we have a situation where we have 50% Republican in the Senate and we have 50% Democrat, then Kamala Harris, who's the vice president or vice president elect, she's going to be able to make the decision on which party will be considered the majority in the Senate. So, like you, I'm interested in finding out how this is going to go. But I just wanted to explain that to you because I don't really think that the people in the news have really broken it down. Many of you are aware that they are going to vote again on Tuesday, but you don't know why, and that is a reason why, because every state has the ability to decide on how they're going to do their elections, when it comes to the Senate, and that's the way that they're set up in Georgia. Okay? So you take care, you have a good weekend. Hey, Georgia, if you're listening, get out and vote. I know I follow some people here and they follow me, vice versa, that are in Georgia. Please get the word out. Get out and vote. If somebody needs some help getting down somewhere to vote, please help them out because this is going to be very important in deciding on what the future of America is going to look like. Okay? We are 40 Acres News Media. My name is Ariel Johnson. I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to ask you to follow my social media channels. You can follow me on Facebook or follow us on Facebook under 40 Acres News Media. You can go to our website, which is 40acresnews.com. Just 40 Acres News. If you type that in, you can get to the website. I'm pretty sure by now, being that the search engines are out there grabbing information, that you can type in 40 Acres News Media and it will bring you to our site as well. So, Twitter, we're Acres News. But again, if you type in 40 Acres News Media, it will take you to our Twitter handle, which is Acres News. Okay, so please, if you want to stay in the loop and you want to know what's going on, I break it down to you from a melanated perspective. I can't seem to talk right now, but basically there's been a lot of information that's been going over people's heads because it's not been presented in a fashion that we are accustomed to paying any amount of attention to. Okay, so take care. I hope you have a wonderful week. Again, it is a new year. Keep that in mind. If you don't already have a small business, get one and get some of this money that the government has available for you before it is pulled back and used for something else. Please